Welcome to NFL Picks with the Goon Squad, and we're still holding the same pattern. Everybody went 10-6 last week. Icewater has an overall record of 152-86. Black Thor is behind him by one game, 151-87. Pop is coming in third with 146-92, and I'm bringing up the rear. Ice, give me your weekly summary of the NFL, brother.
Man, every week we see this, I'm just kind of like, Detroit, you let me down. Oh my God. That's all right.
Eddie.
No, I get it. You got one, Eddie. I'm still up. Anyway, much love. But Detroit, I don't know. I know it's a work in progress. I get that. So we're fine with that. Dallas Cowboys, still not impressed. Told you that. Still not impressed. You did it with a backup quarterback against a backup quarterback. Dak Prescott, how many times I got to watch this team fall behind 10 to 20 points before you just start wanting to play football? I'm glad you came back and everybody was happy. But again, remember, the quarterback wasn't there. So I'm not mad at that. Last but not least, you don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sometimes you got to give somebody their flowers, even if for 12 seconds. 3 words. Baker, Baker, Baker.
Black.
I can't even watch Baker Mayfield, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I don't even watch him. I just can't do it. I will say this though, man. I watched the Miami game against Green Bay, and I was impressed with Green Bay. I gotta admit, I am impressed, and it's ironic because I think Aaron Rodgers, if you would have been more coachable and more to those younger guys early in the season, you guys have a better record. And they might make the playoffs. They just might. But it's just amazing, man. That team has to watch those receivers grown up and basically play. It's good to see. And I know Miami might be going the opposite direction. I'm looking at Arizona, and I thought about this the other day because there's people now saying that, the quarterback basically is just uncoachable. I know he's not even playing now, but I want to go back to the little short guy. And to me, I thought when he came off the sideline and he told the head coach, and everybody heard it, shut the F up, and they didn't deal with that as an organization, bro, you set the bad precedence there. So I don't know who wants to coach him and come in or do anything, but outside of that, man, I don't know what's going on in Arizona. But I'm tired of letting these teams let Tom Brady come back in the last final seconds and win when Tom Brady is basically done. But I said this to you, Puma, earlier, man. Keep an eye out for this because he's a free agent after this year. And as we know, they just basically benched Carr, which I think they should have done anyway because Carr's not playing good football. They're going to probably get rid of him. But his old offensive coordinator is the head coach. You can't tell me the Raiders are not going to sign him in offseason, bro. Keep an eye on that. You heard it here first.
All right. Man, I can't give Baker no love because Denver just laid down. Baker runs about 10 to 12 plays. That's it. That's it. I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm like, he's not wearing the plays around his wrist. He only knows 10 to 12 plays, and y'all haven't figured that out yet. And so he'll do the play action fake. He'll do the screen pass. He'll send 2 wides up the sidelines, and a guy doing the post, or somebody coming down doing a kind of a slant down the middle. That's it. And running plays, that's it. And y'all can't beat this dude. So maybe they just simplified it, but defenses aren't picking it up. I don't understand it. I was surprised. I watched the Jacksonville Jets game. That was a really good game. It's good to see Jacksonville finally winning some games. Baltimore, you barely get by. And Chicago, they were mad. There's some sports guys, former players for the Bears, who were upset that Chicago lost to Buffalo. What have you seen all season that you thought Chicago was going to be Buffalo? Come on, get real. So they want the coach gone. I was surprised that this coach is not gone because he's just as dumb as the coach that Denver just got rid of. So I'm expecting him. They're going to keep him for another year at least. But I don't buy into what this coach is doing here in Chicago. And New Orleans, you came through and beat Cleveland. And I was looking for the Giants to beat Minnesota, but it didn't happen. But San Francisco, is a real talented team. They're doing their thing. I really love watching them. I didn't even waste my time with Pittsburgh and Las Vegas, but the Green Bay game and Miami game, I just couldn't believe that Tua threw those interceptions, and now we know why. It just didn't look right. The interceptions, the way it was going, it just didn't look right, and now we know why. But yeah, Arizona, you let me down again, and you let the old man win in overtime. And okay, Jeff Saturday, it's time to pull out. It's time to pull out and get back on TV where you belong and let somebody else coach. So the pick order this week, I'm going first, followed by Pop, Black Thor, and Icewater is going last. So the first game on tap is the Dallas Cowboys at Tennessee. And I really wanted to pick Tennessee in this game. I really wanted to pick Tennessee because Dallas tends to play to their competition. And I just see Tennessee just running them down all 4 quarters. But I got to pick Dallas going in. And Papa's picking his Dallas Cowboys also. Black, who you got?
Yeah, the rookie quarterback is going to probably play. They're not going to have enough offensively to maintain kind of excite Dallas defense. I'll take Dallas with this one.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, no Tannehill. You can't expect a young, although you might. Mr. Irrelevant did his thing against Tom Brady, but now I think Dallas is at least on the track a little bit, try to get some things done because they know they don't want to lose any pace. They might end up facing that old man in the first round in the playoffs. Oh my God. Anyway,
yeah, that's not going to be good for Dallas either.
Yeah, that's going to be ugly. Anyway, I'm going to take Dallas.
All right, Dallas cross board. Next game on tap is Arizona at Atlanta. I'm going with Atlanta. Pop is going with Atlanta also. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I think Atlanta, he's drafted in a later round, but I think Atlanta's found himself a quarterback, man. It's a shame they didn't play him earlier. They might be in a better position. I'm going to take Atlanta with this one.
All right, Ice, who you got?
Cincinnati quarterback, Mr. Ritter. Drops back to pass, looking for another rookie. And Mr. London. See, I don't even know some of the players on the squad. London, the leading receiver for Atlanta. Let's go, Falcons. Atlanta.
ATL across the board. Next game on tap is Carolina, who's been playing really well against Tampa Bay. I'm going with Tampa Bay as well as Pop. Black, who you got?
This Carolina season is hanging on this one. This game is playing to where? Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
It doesn't even matter. That defense is going to get after Tom Brady. I'm taking the Panthers, man.
All right.
Woo!
Who you got?
Give me crack corn and I don't care.
Yes. Get it, baby.
Carolina is playing well. Who's quarterbacking right now?
Carolina, Arnold.
He's playing well.
Arnold's still doing this.
He's playing well.
Yeah, they're playing well. They did something last week, surprised a lot of people. But this ain't Detroit. And this the old man. I said he's done. He got one more bullet in the chamber. He will not go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, 2 bullets last week.
Yeah, he did. He will not go to the Super Bowl. But they need to get ready. And watching Fournette run, I like Carolina. I like their persistence, but I don't know. I think Tom Brady about to cut some more folks out. I just think they rise up when they're supposed to. And the one thing is, even though Tampa Bay defense has been up and down, we know what Darnold does, man. He get a little tight. I just can't do it. If they were at home, I'll run with it. I'm going Tampa Bay.
All right. So Black is the only one going with Carolina. Next game on tap is Chicago at Detroit. I'm going with Chicago. Pop is going with Chicago. Black, who you got?
It's in Detroit, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take Detroit, man. I think they're gonna bounce back. I don't trust Chicago, man. Chicago will make it look good for a couple of quarters, but that team that we saw last week in Detroit was not Detroit. It just wasn't. I don't know. Or that game we saw against Carolina wasn't Detroit. Carolina has a good defense. I don't think Chicago does. Give me Detroit, baby.
All right. Ice,
come on, Eddie, stand up.
Damn, I thought you was gonna go over there with them with Chicago. I was hoping you did. I was like, Dan Campbell cussed everybody out of that locker room after that game. And I love Justin Fields, and they've been doing phenomenal work despite the things against them. But I'm coming back, baby. I'm coming back, Detroit. You know how we roll. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right. I'm
Detroit.
gonna make sure Eddie watches the game because Eddie says every time he watches the Detroit games, they lose. So Eddie, get ready to watch the game, brother.
Eddie, we gonna start calling.
To make sure you watch the game, bro.
Eddie, we gonna start calling you Slut Rock, bro.
Next game on tap is Cleveland at Washington. Now, Black, I picked Washington, but when I saw them switch quarterbacks, I immediately went with Cleveland on this one. So I'm going with Cleveland. Pop is going with Washington.
Who did they switch to?
They switched to Wentz.
Oh man, please.
They're bringing Wentz back in. Even though Pinky has lost, I guess 3 or 4 games, lately, he's been losing lately. I don't agree with this switch.
I don't either, man. I'm gonna take Cleveland with this one.
All right, so you got.
Man, I was ready to go with Hinkie going to roll that way, but we know what Wentz is, bro. Wentz is just, I don't understand. I don't think he understands. But I'm out here, so I'm gonna play. But I think Deshaun and crew is about due. They do. They really are due for a halfway decent game, and I think they can get that against them. I think it's in Washington.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Deshaun, he just probably need to get away from Cleveland and get that ball rolling a little bit. So I'm going Cleveland.
All right, Pop is going Washington. Next game on tap is Denver at Kansas City. I'm going with Kansas City. Pop is going with Kansas City. Who you got, Black?
Quick, Kansas City, bro. Ball says keep it moving. Kansas City. It is no question.
All right, so you got.
Even though you let me down last week in the fantasy thing, Mahomes, because you had a little low output, I can never go against you, brother. You just do what you do, and let's make it push. So Kansas City.
Which I think is a good thing because he's always kind of doing the heroics for the team.
Not when you're in fantasy.
Anyway, next game on tap is Indianapolis at the New York Giants. I'm going with the New York Giants. Pop is going with the New York Giants. Black, who you got?
Yeah, Giants will take this one, man. They battled. They should have won that game against Minnesota. Minnesota just they barely beating these bad teams. But I'm taking the Giants.
61-yard field goal. All right, so you got.
Jeff Saturday, I heard, is gonna suit up.
Might as well.
He gonna play because he gonna try to get the quarterback a little bit more time. So he said he's coming out of retirement, but nah, I can't do it. I gotta go the other way.
All right. Yeah, many times they sack Nick Foles. Man, he might as well suit up and get on that line. Next game on tap is Jacksonville at Houston. I'm going with Jacksonville as well as Pop. Who you got, Black?
Jacksonville. Yeah, I like the way they're coming. I like the way they're building. I like the way they're coming along. That coach was a good pickup for them, Jacksonville.
Ice?
Yeah, making them stable. I think Houston gonna give hell of a effort. They just don't have the players, and that's gonna be the problem. It's gonna be a talent difference. And as long as the quarterback don't get tight, he can do that from time to time. He started forgetting where he's at. But I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Okay. Next game on tap is Miami at New England. I really wanted to go with Bridgewater, but I'm going with New England. Pop is going with New England. Who you got, Black?
I like Teddy. He just doesn't get it done, man.
Yeah.
New England, man. I like it. You keep waiting for Teddy to turn it over. He just doesn't do it.
I'm waiting. I've been rooting for Teddy for a long time. All right, so you got.
So Tua's in concussion protocol.
He's probably not going to play. He probably
seriously.
I would sit him out.
Is he really in? Are y'all sure?
Said they're starting Bridgewater, so.
All right, yeah. That Foxborough thing, certain people can't get over it. I like Teddy, but he can't pull that off. The boy he's gonna start seeing ghosts and things like this. He's gonna start looking around. So nah, I'm gonna go with New England.
All right. Next game on tap is New Orleans at Philly. I'm going with Philly. Pop is going with Philly. Black, who you got?
I'll say this right now, man. Giants. Minshew is going to be available. The backup quarterback at the end of the season. Sign him. Sign him. I'm surprised Jacksonville let him go, but that cat can play, man. That cat can play. He can ball. He needs to be starting somewhere. Giants, get rid of Danny Dimes, pennies, whatever you want to call them. Eagles.
I see you got.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because the Eagles was talking about Minshew not trying to figure out whether or not they were gonna let Hurts try to come back before the season. I mean, it's ending, and I'm like, you don't have to worry about your spot. Just heal and be okay. And I'm not an Eagles fan, but if they bring him back too early, it's gonna be crazy. But still, with that being said, I think the Eagles kind of, to me, and I might be wrong, they kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. Like they weren't pressed about the game. They know they was up. They wanted to win, but then it didn't really matter.
A 3rd and 30? Come on, man.
Yeah.
They let him get
You let that
behind you.
happen.
Yeah.
He ain't play all year. He got behind you.
I think they was just kind of smoking cigars on the bus. He just came off like whatever. But no, I'm gonna go with Philadelphia. Easy.
All right. Philly across the board. Next game on tap is the New York Jets at Seattle. I'm going with Seattle. Pop is going with the 12th man. Who you got, Black?
Yeah, the Jets, whatever they had going throughout the season, they don't have it going anymore. They can put Mike White back in. They got to realize they made a mistake in drafting that quarterback. Seahawks here, baby.
All right, Ice.
Yeah, I like Mike White, but I think it's gonna be too much. Seattle has the ability to move the football, especially up in Seattle. So Gino can make some things happen along with their defense when they get going. So I'm gonna go with Seattle.
All right, Seattle across the board. Next game on tap is San Francisco at Las Vegas. I'm going with San Francisco as well as Pop. Black, who you got?
It's easy, baby. San Fran.
Right, Ice.
The Raiders, man, are you kidding me? Who knows what the hell is going on? They need that coach. Nah, San Francisco is too much talent. They can put Debo is not back yet, but they can put McCaffrey at quarterback, put anybody back there. Just go, play.
Wow. All right, San Francisco across the board. Next game on tap, Battle of LA. LA Rams at the LA Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers as well as Pop. Black, who you got?
This is the type of game the Chargers will lay down, but I'm hoping they don't because I'm going to pick
Baker.
Come on, Ice. There you go, baby.
All right. He's going with the Chargers. Who you got, Ice?
I thought he said the Rams. I was like, wait a minute. Woo! So he was Baker last week. Now he's gonna be Faker. I'm going with the Chargers. Kirk Cousins.
If he win this one, yeah.
So I'm saying, then you call him Baker?
I'll call him Baker next week if he wins.
Okay, there you
go. I won't call him Faker no more. Next game on tap is Minnesota at Green Bay. Green Bay trying to make that run to get in the playoffs. I'm going with Minnesota. I think they're going to end that trade. Papa's going with Minnesota. Even though they're not playing well, they got to shut down Green Bay. I think they have the tools to do it if they really wanted to. Black, who you got?
This is in Green Bay, right?
Yes.
Green Bay.
You going with Green Bay?
I'm taking Green Bay, man. I'm not a believer in Minnesota, man. I'm just not, man. I know the Packers, they lost to the Giants early, but Green Bay has been beaten up on some bottom feeder teams, man. Aaron Rodgers and your receivers going to have a field day come Sunday. It's going to be a good game. We'll take the Pats.
All right. Ice, who you got?
That hurt my eye. I got a pain in my eye with that one. I was like, man. Okay. I know a lot of people buy into the Aaron Rodgers hype, like, oh, he's gonna make a run. Okay, you're gonna make a run, all right. But I'm trying to tell you that they don't have anybody on that team that can check Jefferson. You just need Jefferson to catch 3 balls and the game is over. They beat Miami. Okay, that's great. But bruh, nah, hell no. All right, Cousins. We need good Kirk Cousins this week, but I really don't think that Green Bay can stand that test with them. And I know that's asking a lot. Green Bay's been playing real tough defensively, trying to anyway, but I think too much talent. So I'm going to go with Minnesota.
All right. Black is going with the only one going with Green Bay. The next game on tap is Pittsburgh at Baltimore. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Pop is going with Baltimore. Black, who you got?
This game is in Pitt?
It's in Baltimore. A rivalry game.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh with this one, man. I just kind of feel that they have grown some momentum. They're kind of coming around. And, I'm going to take Pitt.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, I'll go with Pittsburgh. What the hell? I just don't trust that. I don't know what's going on with the quarterback, and I don't I don't know what's going on with Baltimore right now.
It should be a hard-hitting game. I love watching Baltimore and Pittsburgh play. It should be a hard-hitting game.
As long as the Pittsburgh quarterbacks don't get in the way, they can win.
Yeah. Last game on tap is a potential playoff matchup with Buffalo at Cincinnati. I'm going with Buffalo. Pop is going with Cincinnati. Black, who you got?
It's a good game, man. I saw this on the schedule. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
This is a good one. It's a good one. In Cincinnati?
Yes.
Ooh. I think the receivers are gonna be too much for Buffalo's defense. I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Woo, baby.
Some changes this week. It's gonna be
It's
some
gonna be
changes.
changed. It's gonna be changed one way or the other. It's gonna be changed. Change gonna come. Nothing else.
Sir.
But man, Allen has the ability to do a lot of things. And their defense, when it rises up, can do that, can make some things happen. It won't be cold this week either, because we got a little warm front coming here in Ohio. So they're not going to be able to get that off. That young man, Mr. Burrows, he got a little attitude about him. He done took down Brady, took down the Cowboys, he just don't give a damn. So he ain't scared of nobody. And Chase is just killing. So I'm gonna go. Let's go. Let's stay home. Let's run with OH10 in the building. The true players. OH10. Let's get it. Bengals.
All right. So I'm the only one going with Buffalo. Those are our picks. Catch us on our Facebook page, the First 40 Sports Show. We'll see you next week.